What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going through and building. What am I saying? Doing episode number 34 of I Build Your Team series, where I build your squads into the best teams possible for my team showdown, or whatever y'all might be playing. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So, first two today comes in from Lander. He's got 2.4 million MT, and he has some really interesting pieces of cards in his team. It's a fully unsellable lineup, which I like, but I would spend a little bit of MT on a couple of sellable options. The Jamal Crawford DeAndre Jordan duo just is not that great in my opinion. I do not like DeAndre Jordan Jumper. I think he's undersized at the 5. My honest thought is you need to upgrade your 5, and you could just run and beat off your bench. Honestly, a couple options. If you want to go more speed, you could go a Chet Holmgren. If you want to go a little more expensive and better than Chet, you could go like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And if you wanted to go size, glitchy jump shot, but less speed, Pink Diamond is a great option too, although he will struggle against some of the 100 overall bigs at center in terms of his speed. So, kind of up to you in terms of one of those guys, but I'd get one of those 3 probably and put Embiid off the bench. And then I would replace Jamal Crawford as well. I don't think it's that hard to replace him. You could get a Dyson Daniels, especially if you can get like a sweet Dyson Daniels with some extra hops, maybe a legend value too. That'd be a really nice option as well to play at point guard. And honestly, I'd probably play him next to, I'd probably start him and bring John Wall off the bench. After that, I think your team's pretty good. You add a center, you add Dyson Daniels, especially one with a few extra badges, and you are chilling. Second team today comes in from Pro2 Stevens. Got 100,000 at T. Does not have a great team, although some good budget cards in here. He's using the Tyler Hero PJ Washington duo, which puts them both at Dark Matter. Still don't love that though, because PJ's more like 6'7", 6'8" at power forward. I don't love that hero card either. It is unsellable. I don't know. You only have 100k MT, so there's not a lot of MT to work with. I would honestly leave your 2s and 3s exactly the same right now. I think they're totally fine. Maybe even start Casper if you feel like you need more scoring. I think this is a team where you probably just stop running the duo, in all honesty. I would say this is the team. I don't know if you're going to do, if you'd want to do this, but my thought is, you get the Pro Pass. You said you're halfway to J-Dub. Once you get J-Dub, you can slot in at one of your shooting guard positions. You get the Pro Pass, you got John Wall to replace Tyler Hero, so you have John Wall and Exum. And you can have Rocco and Barnes and slide in J-Dub somewhere in there at some point when you get him. And then you add a power forward. Eventually, you'll get to level 40 with Tim Duncan, but for the time being, you can run 80 at the 4, put Eddie Curry at the 5, maybe you run a backup 5 like a Khalil Ware or like something along those lines. To me, that makes sense in terms of the way to optimize this lineup best as possible without spending a lot of MT, and I just think once you can get Tim Duncan, which I mean, if you're grinding that much domination, you're going to be getting relatively close to it if you're using double XP coins. I just think the Pro Pass is really helpful for this team. Get you extra rewards. Those are some Dark Matter option packs and things of that nature, deluxe, just a bunch of extra rewards that could really help this team out as you grind through the level 40 path this season as well. So that's just my thought with this team in terms of how to make it better. Avery, so you got, you could probably get the MT up to about 1.4 million MT. And I mean, look, I like your 2 through 5, and I like your bench, but I actually really like Mario Chalmers. I think he's very good, despite being short. His jumper's awesome. He's got great stats and badges. The duo is legitimately solid. Is Whiteside good enough to justify the duo? That is the question. If you like that duo, I have no issues with them running them off the bench. If you don't, just run Dyson Daniels and Eddie Curry. There you go. Now, if you like the duo, honestly, what I would do here, saving MT is so important at this point in the game, considering it's tough to make MT. You want to not spend MT if you don't have to. And this is one of those teams where Cade Cunningham does need to go at this point, but I don't think you need to spend a ton of MT to upgrade him. I think it's the same story. You get Dyson Daniels, Alex Caruso, one of the very affordable, good cards that can fill a spot, and then I think you go from there at that point. And in my opinion, that is how I would best optimize this lineup as of right now. Jackson's got 11,000 MT. Here's his team. 11k MT is basically nothing, which is not a great spot to be in. He only has a couple of sellable cards in Stephon Castle and Josh Smith. So my thought, he wouldn't be as low as sellable. My honest thought is with a team like this, you really need to try to maximize your MT. You gotta make some more MT if you can. And the best way to do that is going to be to sell one of Castle or Smith. Me personally, I'd probably sell Smith. I just think there's enough really good small forwards that can do a lot of good things that are not going to be that much worse than Josh Smith. Like Anton Jameson, much cheaper, not horribly worse. Danny Granger, same story, cheaper than Josh Smith, not worse, or not that much worse. I would probably get Jameson, honestly. I think that's what I personally would do. I would just run Jameson just as Josh Smith, maximize your MT a bit and make a couple 100,000 MT. you just got to make MT. Maybe you go grind some domination this week. You got to find a way to make some MT, maximize some MT with this team, because you want to build that MT stack up into. He's just grumping. I don't know what he's grumping about. He needs attention, I guess. So I just think you got to figure out a way to make MT with this type of team. That's the biggest thing, is you want to be trying to stack some MT so you have the flexibility in future drops to add a piece here and a piece there. That's why it's so important at this point in the year to have MT, in my opinion. Hey, he's got 477,000 MT. Trips is Jonte and John Wall and Stella Moore, Dr. J and B-Roy, Tatum and Beasley, Eddie and Kalel, and Wimby and D-Rob. Huh. 147,000 VC. I wonder how far off you are from level 40. Because here's my thought. 147,000 VC. Get to level 40, you open up the 50,000 VC Dark Matter premium pack that you can get. That, to me, seems like a very likely opportunity to upgrade your squad in some capacity, because you have DVC on the account already. That's what it's going to be most well used for. If you can get to level 40 and get Tim Duncan as well, he'll really help your team. You have the pro pass, so you'll be able to get the good Tim Duncan. Obviously, he can be your starting power forward, and then come off the bench. You have Wimby and Eddie Curry as your fives. That's not bad at all. I think you really need a point guard upgrade, but it's just like, again, this is one of those teams where it's like, you don't want to spend a lot of MT. Because you want to save your MT, you want to maximize your MT as much as possible, which is totally understandable. I would want to do the same thing. But I'm trying to, like, is Tatum good enough to run? Probably. I just don't love him. Maybe you get Dyson. Although DeJounte's unsellable. Honestly, this might be a team where you just kind of rock with it as is for the most part. Try to get to level 40 as quickly as possible. Take advantage of those dark matter, like dark matter option pack you'll be able to get. Use the 140,000. Well, use the VC on that 50,000 VC dark matter pack as well. Maybe you get something good out of a couple of those dark matter options, so you're gonna have the opportunity to get this another dark matter premium pack at level 77. Like, you'll have 3 or 4 chances at a dark matter, and maybe, just maybe, you get lucky and get a really good one. And then the final team today comes in from TNerb. He's got about 400,000 MT. He says this is a team that is in need of some work for sure. B-Roy and Dr. J is good. Jamal and Derek Anderson I don't love. Kyle Kuzma and Antoine Walker, in all honesty, I don't love either. Dino Raja McAdoo isn't bad. Javon Jordan and AD I don't love. I think Eddie Curry is probably a better big than both of your bigs. I wouldn't want to run the Jamal. This is a nobody spent team, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this team needs a lot of work, and I don't know where he's going to start. Like, I feel like Anton Jamison has to be one of your small forwards, first and foremost. I feel like Robert Covington as your other small forward is probably the way to go. I'd probably run Anton Jamison, Robert Covington, take Kuz and Walker, and Antoine out of the lineup. Jamal Crawford and Derek Anderson honestly both have to go. You got to get Dyson Daniels, and then maybe the other point guard you pick up is, I mean, if you could get the pro pass for John Wall, that would be a big game changer, because eventually getting a level 40 will really help you out again. It's another one of those teams that really will benefit from all those dark matter packs you have the chance to get as well. Need some centers for the time being. Kalel Ware and Eddie Curry are the best, like, super affordable centers. I don't know. This is a tough team. Just gotta, because you don't want to spend all your MT on like 1 or 2 cards. And so I think you got to pick up some of those budget cards and try your best to save MT. And hopefully get to level 40, because you need the upgrades and all the pack and the rewards you can get for getting to level 40 will help you to build out the team a bit more. So this is another one of those teams that I think is in a little bit of a struggle spot in a lot of ways. But I do like Dino a lot. I think if you get a couple of small forwards in Jameson and Rocco, that'll help. Add at least 1 budget point guard, if not 2, with Dyson and maybe Caruso. And then add a couple budget centers as well, and I think that'll help you out. So with that being said, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.